So one day I was just playing some ranked matches, and then once I've finished and I've had my fun playing all the characters I wanted to and getting some nice gameplay for you guys, I was wondering, and I thought to myself, what can I record for my first video for the new year? Because I want to make this video special. So what could I do? And well, new year is about doing new things, am I right? So maybe I could try something brand new. And I've been thinking about it for a while anyway. So I thought to myself, maybe I could make a little bit of an educational Mortal Kombat video. Nothing too big, but just on something I wanted to do. Maybe on a character, or on a character's weapons, or on their costumes, or wait. Weapons? I've never seen a Mortal Kombat video on a character's weapons before. I think that would be pretty badass. So I exited out to the main menu, and I noticed that I could go into my concept art, and I was like, you know what? This could make a good video. I can showcase some badass weapons. And what not better character to use than the Grandmaster Sub-Zero. This is a wonderful idea. What up guys, it's TruePunkGamer, and Happy New Year to you all. I hope you all had a wonderful New Year. You know, maybe you partied. Hopefully you guys stayed safe. Don't drink and drive. Around my area, there are a lot of people that do end up drinking and driving because there's a lot of parties around here that happen on New Year's and New Year's Day. So hope all of you guys are nice, home, safe, and you guys can peacefully watch this video. So yeah, now that that's out of the way, guys. So as I said in the beginning, New Year, maybe we should try something new. So I was thinking like, hey, what if I started making some top 10s? Or maybe some informational videos. Kinda like if I did an informational video on the history of Liu Kang. And I would just name it The History of Liu Kang. He looked ugly as fuck right there. I don't know what they were thinking. Anyway, and maybe I could do top 10 reasons Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance was frowned upon. That's another idea I have. And I have a ton of ideas because, guys, you know I'm a Mortal Kombat fanboy. I absolutely love Mortal Kombat. I love the history of it. I love the characters. Guys, I just love Mortal Kombat as a whole. It's my childhood. I've been playing the games since I was 7 years old. So, yeah, I would love to bring you guys this amazing video. So, here we go. We have the concept art of Sub-Zero. So, this video, we're going to go over weapon history of Sub-Zero. And so, when I was thinking of doing the weapons idea, I was like, Katana has her fans, Kung Lao has his hat, and there's a ton of other weapons, Raiden's staff. Arguably, you could count Scorpion's spear as a weapon. I don't think I would count Kung Lao's hat as a weapon either. But, and yeah, there are a ton of different weapons. Shinnok's ray gun. You got, Scorpion's swords. You have Shang Tsung's sword. And yeah, there are just a ton of weapons. And so, yeah, I was like, what character has probably, you guys just got a sneak peek, what character probably has the best history with weapons? And I was like, well, throughout the franchise, even in the beginning Mortal Kombat games, like with the original 1, 2, and 3, I noticed, because I have a Sega Genesis out in my living room, which I'm very thankful for, where we can play Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. So if you guys want to come over, we could play, alright, I'm kidding. But so, yeah, and I realized, Sub-Zero does have some special moves slash combos where he utilizes his ice sword. And I was like, man, I never really realized Sub-Zero uses his ice sword even in the very first Mortal Kombat, because I originally thought that was introduced in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Because Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance was the first Mortal Kombat game to introduce the weapon fighting styles. So when you would start the game, each character, in mid-fight or in mid-match, you could cycle through, fighting styles. And I'm pretty sure it was just one fighting style and a weapon fighting style. And basically, you would switch it to the weapon fighting style. So that's how that would work. My dogs are going absolutely crazy, guys. Okay. He probably sounds like he's being hurt, but he is not. He's just freaking out because someone is here. So, and then when I realized Sub-Zero uses his weapons that early on, I was like, okay. I think Sub-Zero would be a great pick. He's been using weapons from the get-go. Like, he is probably one of the most best-natured characters when it comes to the use of weapons. He's always using his ice sword. Mortal Kombat gives him his ice sword as his main weapon throughout almost every Mortal Kombat game if a weapon is involved. We know Mortal Kombat X does a great, it does a great job of showing this with the Cryomancer variation, but just to prove it to you guys, Sub-Zero's ice sword has a lot of history behind it and the looks and the changes. So Sub-Zero has utilized his ice sword in these following games. So yeah, now you guys kind of have an idea, from Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance to Deception to Armageddon, and even in MK9, he utilizes Ice Sword. I don't know if he uses more than that in MK9, weapons-wise, because I don't really remember, honestly. I could go and research it, but I don't think it's that important, judging that that's only one game of the franchise. So, but we know Mortal Kombat X does a great job of showing this, you know. In the Cryomancer variation, he utilizes his ice sword, he utilizes the ice daggers with the grab where he stabs them, and it also transitions into a brutality in the game, and he also uses his ice hammer, which is used for a lot of high damage combos. So definitely Cryomancer is like, if you could have a weapon fighting style in MKX, it's that one. Obviously, it's not going to be like Deadly Alliance and, Armageddon where you can just switch and then you hold the weapon and you can do moves with the weapon and stuff like that, which I really am a fan of that mechanic. I do like that mechanic, and if they brung it back, that would make me pretty happy. I think it would be cool to see it come back, but not stay permanently. Maybe just to like see how things would go, and if people liked it enough, maybe it could stay around. But sadly, for me, I don't think that's going to return. I think this is going to stay, with the variations, and we're not going to have weapon fighting styles again. But it was great while it lasted, and I love playing those classic games and seeing how it is to utilize their weapons. And guys, so I want to make sure that you guys know, um, you know, Sub-Zero did utilize his Ice Sword in the very first 3 games. And he did, so I'm pretty sure you guys can believe me just by me telling you that. But I want to show this to you guys because this is fucking amazing. So this isn't from an actual classic game. This is from someone using their actual editing skills and their actual video editing skills and animation to make this fatality. So this fatality is from the classic games, so keep in mind, fatalities then were just super simple, and yeah, so this is a really good edited fatality for a classic game, and people would be amazed at that time when the game came out if this fatality was in it, because it's pretty damn awesome, and full credit to the guy that made it. I'll make sure I put full credit on the screen, even if his name is already up there. So yeah guys, just watch this animation, it is absolutely awesome. Alright, so I hope you guys did enjoy that. There's no sound for me to avoid some copyright, so yeah, if there was sound, I know it would be 10 times better. Maybe there is. I'll have to look back in the editing to see if there's sound or not. So, anyway, let's get on to actually looking at Sub-Zero's weapons that we are shown in MKX, only through the concept art though. He does utilize some of them, but not really. So, here we are. Here is the amazing screen. We have Sub-Zero on the right there, looking absolutely badass. And if you look on his arms, he kind of does look like he has some weapons stored in his wrists. Even if you look at the normal costume through the character select screen, but we're not too sure what those are, because he never uses those. So, as you can see, he has his, like, little knives, daggers, on the top. We have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he has 8 custom daggers. Could you imagine seeing him use those, in his fighting, or in his combos, or maybe just in cutscenes, using different weapons? Like, look at those awesome weapons. Number 2, like, which is shown down at the bottom as well, probably because it's the most unique. that looks like something I'd see from Halo. It reminds me of the Halo Energy Sword a little bit, if it was like remodeled. So, like, just imagine Sub-Zero using these, you know? How awesome would that be? And Sub-Zero has so many weapons. He has daggers, he has normal knives, he has his sword, he has his hammer, he has so many, and there could even be more that NetherRealm could make for him, and that could be shown off. And the amount of creativity when it comes to weapons for Sub-Zero is awesome. And of course, they're all made out of ice because he is Sub-Zero. He wields the power to use ice slash water, but you know, it's ice. He uses the power of ice magic to create things such as weapons, which straight off in MKX, we see the return of the sword in the story mode. Literally the first scene, Sub-Zero was fighting Johnny Cage, and he has an ice sword, and using the ice sword, he creates it to try and fight Johnny Cage. So, yeah, that happens. Guys, I don't get why my dogs are still whining, but I'll be right back. Alright guys, my apologies, even though I was just gone for a split second there, literally because of my editing. My dogs are perfectly fine. I just have to take them out soon, which I will, right after I get done making this video. They will be fine, do not worry. So, yeah, imagine Sub-Zero using these weapons, you know, in the games. Like, if he uses, like, the one at the bottom you see there, that badass looking one that looks like it's from, you know, Alien vs. Predator. If he has like on his wrist, you know, and he like uses them as like wrist weapons, or maybe something like that, or maybe they're like, you know, on his knee area, and he like knees you and it stabs you, and like, I think that would be pretty cool. And you know, just seeing all these weapons in the concept art is pretty awesome, and seeing the designs of them and stuff. And number 6 looks like it's a spear. Could you imagine Sub-Zero having an ice spear, like kind of like Scorpion? I think that would be pretty humorous because he's like copying Scorpion. But obviously, I'm pretty sure that is actually used as like a blade to stab. But it could have been modeled after, you know, one of Scorpion's early spear designs. So that looks pretty damn awesome because it stands out from the rest as well as it's darker at the tips. So yeah, guys. What would you guys think about the returning weapons, you know, fighting styles? Or maybe just fighting styles that include more weapons? Like, for example, what if Scorpion had a fighting style where he had all his special moves, all his stuff, except they were kind of altered to incorporate the weapons? Like, when he uses his spear, he pulls you in and he stabs you with a sword instead of just pulling you towards him. And if you enhance it, maybe he'll, like, use a sword to hit you up so then you can combo off it. You know, or maybe we could have like Raiden, like when he does the Superman, you know, he like, and you enhance it, he'll like teleport to the other side, and then he will like use his staff to like hit you with it or something, and it incorporates, you know, just more weapons, and they could be based off of weapons. So instead of having a fighting, you know, fighting style for each character, that's just, they hold their weapon and that's all you can use is their weapon, you know, it just incorporates their weapons more so. Instead of just, so you still have their character and their special moves, it just incorporates weapons more. I think that is a wonderful idea, and I would love to see that. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and seeing Sub-Zero's ice weapons, and me kind of giving you a rundown of the little history. So, yeah, if you guys would like a part 2, maybe me going over some other characters' weapons, their backstory, or a top 10, make sure to drop a like, guys. I've had so much fun recording this video, and especially recording the beginning part. And guys, maybe we can make more videos like this. I don't know. I'm kind of liking it right now. It's a good change. And yeah, hope you guys have had a happy new year, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace.